record everything and make sure that's all good. Today, or right now, we have Red Cooler versus Shenron. And both of these guys are undefeated going into round 5. And we're going to see what we got. Let's see here. All right, let me go and update these names as Hayden keeps you entertained.
My one skill I'm known for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate everyone showing up and breaking our stream. That must have been what happened.
Yeah,
right?
I think that's what it was. It was
Just
too many people.
Too many people.
Too many people.
Too many people. But I mean, I think it's standard for a halfway tournament reset for in-persons anyways. Internet is a funky mistress, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
What do you mean? Like we've been dealing it for 10 minutes. Of course it's
Yeah, we'll go with that.
All right. Sheesh. And like a good old-fashioned sheesh, not one of these new wave sheesh. Yeah.
Okay. Here I am trying to focus super hard, and then he throws me a sheesh.
Yeah.
Look at that,
A pitiful millennial try at a sheesh too, not even a
yeah, you really did try it.
A full power zoomer sheesh.
It's okay. You're getting there.
That's right. I've got TikTok on my phone.
Do
I
you
get
now?
tracked by the by the government.
Which one?
Whatever.
All of them.
It's all the same.
All the governments. Okay.
All right.
Let me get that in there. And hopefully we get this. Oh, okay, yeah. And then we also have.
Ho.
That's not right.
Close. The first word's right.
That's true.
All right. Run It Black is doing the Shenron stuff, charging the ball, playing the ball, pass a turn. Doing the red blue Mecha Frieza check land. It's the first charge for Aaron.
Yeah. What more cooler do you want, huh?
Nothing.
The biggest cooler that you can do cooler things is gonna be the cooler Frieza check land.
Yeah, I gotta say, like Cooler and Pan. I'm gonna say Pan has a lot of good things that people keep going back to. It's like, oh, whenever a card that interacts or can proc its effect, people are like, oh, Cooler's back finally.
Yeah.
This will revive Cooler.
Yeah.
And I think Cooler's great. And I think the only thing is that decks that rely on your opponent to interact with you are by and large somewhat difficult to play as. There's exceptions like Baby.
Yeah.
Baby and some other decks like Bojack with full power Galactic Buster and a different deck. But being able to do that is I don't know.
Good?
Yeah, it's fine. It's okay.
Oh, okay. That's good. Sorry. There you go. I'm just making sure we have the list. Is it the correct list? There you go.
Yeah.
Just so we can stare at it, and hopefully that doesn't crash the stream.
Surely would not.
I mean, you know, there's.
I'm sure jumping around Google Chrome tabs and closing the willy.
I am telling. Okay, listen. You are not gonna tell me when I have a degree in computers. Oh wait, you have a degree in science. Wait a second.
I have a degree. I went to college.
I went to college.
Oh boy. All right, well, you get your big set. What I was saying is that there's going to be more cards that come out next set. Obviously, a lot of people talking about the new Baby Unison 3-drop red.
Sure.
And I think a lot of people are like, finally, Cooler's back. And I think Cooler's definitely a good kind of every once in a while in the meta, but it's going to have a hard time ever being, I think, super duper viable. I think the things that it has going with it is that red in general has a lot more tools than other colors right now. And I mean, technically you can mail out Universe 7 if it gets to that.
If you really tried, and if they don't play around these kind of things, I will shout out Eric Soletto. He played against Janumba, which is a little bit different, obviously. In the one of the webcam regionals, and it's interesting to see a person who does play a mill-out deck, which Shenron kind of is at the core of it for a lot of the very effective cards like Oceanus and things like that. And you know, it's about, again, it comes back to the matchup experience. It comes back to experience in general
Mm-hmm.
of like how much have you played this deck and how many things have you gone against
Yeah.
type thing, you know. And we're gonna see that here. We're gonna see if Cooler is gonna be able to mill him out or actually help him.
Yeah. I think it also comes down to the point where like there are a lot of decks that the leader itself is the win condition,
Mm-hmm.
or the leader itself is not very good, but it has the traits or something that
Yeah,
cards that win you the game need instead.
sure.
So I think Cooler's definitely the leader can win by itself,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know if that's really strong in the meta right now.
I mean, we've seen what's strong in the meta, right? And like Sin is kind of strong. So I mean, when you start comparing both of those things, then you kind of know what is and what isn't, right?
Yeah, we know the stream's not the best right now. We're conventions. I don't know. It's not an excuse. We promise. It's the internet at conventions at times. So
True that.
we had a kind of a kickstart restart. We're probably going to do a probably slightly longer one between rounds 5 and 6. See if we can get that happy.
Mm-hmm.
SS3 reboot, I think, lost 2 games in a row. Or not 2 games, 2 matches in a row.
Yeah. So being X2, etc.
They
What
might be
can you
X1
do?
right now,
Yeah.
but they're definitely not XO.
Yeah. Oh. Using the Oceanus, at least exactly what I was talking about, bursting out and then being able to see your pieces. That's all you can really do,
Mm-hmm.
or one of the things you can do.
Yeah, and I can find. I got the drive pulled up. We have, I think, 12 undefeateds. I think the pair down lost.
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, this is the wrong. Those are the deck list. All right. And going into this round, we have. Oh, sorry, I'm incorrect. We do have 13 undefeateds. The pair down did win. The Brian Sama, who we just saw,
Mm-hmm.
versus Andrew C, I think, who's playing Universe 7 Goku, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Jared Lopez was at table 2, and
Yeah.
he's playing Android 16.
Got it.
If he wins, I might just hard ask to bring him back here.
Who, Jared Lopez?
Yeah.
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 Always love to see the Android 16 on stream.
We're seeing table 3 right now. But yeah, we didn't. Russell, who we saw earlier, is not. He's 3-1, who we saw earlier.
Oh, okay.
Who else did we see earlier? What about Arizona peoples? I gotta say, Arizona's got quite the scene.
Shout out to Arizona. And California. And Vegas.
That's
We
what
got one
happens
Vegas
when
person.
it's too sunny to go outside to play.
Yeah.
Stay inside, play card games all day.
Yes, sir. All right. Playing out the boy. I'm going to copy your skills and as well as do other cool things like being a 30k beater every turn.
Shenron is definitely, like this card specifically, is one of the few cards where I see the regular art far fewer than the alt art. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
People who love Sin are just like, I will get a full play set of the alt
Yeah.
art for this guy.
Yeah, they love it. Do you call it a sin stan? Is that a proper term that we can use?
None of that's proper.
Oh, okay. Well, you might be
Spelling sin with a Y is already a clue.
right. Is it a sin?
Is this what it's like to be you for the other
Yes, it
59
is.
minutes of an hour?
Unfortunately, yes. I'm unable to tell what that is on the with that glare, but it has a winner stamped or a stamp. So I wonder what that is actually. Yeah, that
It's
looks
not
like a
a
winner
cooler,
stamp.
is it? Because I
Doesn't
think
look like
it's
it, no.
you sure? It looks like it got rifled out.
You know what? It's the TP winter cooler. Do you remember that? It got reprinted. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, it's cooler winter stamped. Haha. All right.
Okay, well, I thought that's
Got
what I
him.
said, but okay.
But I said it first. You
Got
said
it.
no.
I thought you said something else.
Oh. Oh. My goodness.
Hey, look, Rage. We
Yeah.
didn't see this in the last.
You can see on my face right now, though, after.
No, I'm not looking over there. I'm not looking. Not looking. Not at all. And also, if it is skipping at all, sorry about that, guys, but we will have, you know, all this stuff recorded and posted on my channel.
I don't know if we should bring up a text editor that's loading dozens of images.
You keep saying these things.
I
I'm gonna let everyone know. Download and upload speed are two completely different things. But when the service in here is not great, none of it matters.
I don't know.
It's all pain. Like Aiden's face right now.
Oh my gosh. We cycled away from that naturally. And now it's back.
Well, just like how he cycles cards through his. No, well, I don't know. I was going through with something.
Nah,
there.
give up.
All right. Vidal. Yeah, it is Vidal. This glare got more intense between this last round.
Which is weird because
none of this changed.
We're in a controlled environment.
Yeah, it's literally a convention center. We haven't put up any other lights for this. All right, so we get on over. Rage is an interesting one. This guy is the dual attacker that
can only attack battle cards, right?
Yeah, can't attack anything as far as leader cards.
Oh, what's that? Is that like a winter stamped cooler?
I think so, actually.
We can't tell because he put it more towards the glare.
yeah. Every time he does that. But I will say, like, I do have the habit of placing cards closer to the top left.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's obviously they don't know that's where the glare's at. And everything else.
I think that's like a reading thing. You know, you read from top left to right.
Yeah. Maybe it could be the sleeves specifically that they just conduce more light. That's not. Reflect more light.
Yeah.
I
think which is interesting. They're both using official Dragon Ball card sleeves, I think.
They are.
And they also have the same sort of backing sleeves.
Yeah. but they have like the opposite ones of this. You know what I mean? Like
because one is a negative Shenron.
Yeah.
The other one is just literally just Dragon Ball.
Yeah, that is actually I didn't recognize that.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious, isn't
that's
it?
really funny.
Yeah. All right. Gonna use his effects. I don't know why he's bursting when you're going against Meal Killer. But that's fine, I guess.
I'd rather lose by mill, but than lose in time.
Yeah. Which one's faster, really? All right, that was a lot of cool hand movements, but I think it just really it's just explaining.
Yeah.
What the effects are and how they proc off.
Man, I gotta say, Aaron does not have webcam etiquette with those cards.
No, he doesn't. No.
Which is fine.
Thankfully, our webcam could pick it up.
But immediately I looked over like, shush, hands off screen. Like, nah, it's fine. Unless he preset up the table. Like,
yeah.
Another winter stamp taped under there.
True. If only we could at a judge, like how you can at a judge in Discord.
Yeah.
You can just add a judge right now, and they'll come flying over.
Yeah, maybe we can just ask our opponents to not sleeve next time. So
that'd be pretty cool.
Glare. Yeah.
Yeah, no more glare. Let's get that. Let's do that.
Easy.
I don't remember if that is 3 energy as far as the Sin, or as your opponent, or if it's the person playing it.
I'll look it up.
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, we got this earlier, didn't we?
What's up?
We promoted that card. Oh, it's right there.
No, that's
no,
that's
the other one. Yeah.
I'm talking about the triple striking TP.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is this one.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, it's not this one.
Yeah, we don't. You know, upload speeds and download speeds are two different things, but we couldn't. You know, we don't want to.
I hate you.
The internet game worse.
I hate you. Got a Jaren out. That was almost a guaranteed mill every turn. And technically draw, because it's, well, I mean, I guess it's both turns.
I'm almost there. Still looking up.
Cooler's hand not looking great. He has 2 draw apes, and a few things that don't look that great. I hope that's very
Maybe that's
clear.
why he's hiding it under the table. He's like so embarrassed. Like,
yeah, a little bit.
Can this be better, please? No.
Oh, I forgot
I
I moved the camera so that now
oh yeah.
This is all we have.
Man,
that's pretty funny.
that is very funny. Why is it? Oh my gosh. I'm trying my best here. Just in general, why is it? It's a popular card. People play it.
You're really struggling, huh?
It's not showing up.
You're struggling.
I got to exact search.
Yeah. Tom Smith. Looking like he's swinging. Good old 2 leader, I would say. Yeah, that's the only thing you can really do. You have 2 draw apes. You already paid 3 for the journey. You awaken. You only have 1.
It is if you have
Energy?
3 or more energy. Confirmed.
It is if you have
5 minutes later.
if the person playing is 3 or
Yes,
more energy.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. All
Which
right,
is
cool.
also why Aggro Sin was so obnoxious for so long.
Yeah, just give it another reason to, huh?
You mean
Be
I get a
obnoxious.
30k triple striker for 1 energy?
That's correct. Yeah, that is
Well,
very
sign
correct.
me up.
Yeah. Oh, Violent Rays. What a good card. Well, I don't think you pitched the Videl, right? You have 2 draw apes. Yeah,
There it is. Yeah, yeah.
Because you don't. Oh.
Well,
he
does
gets
Violent Ray need
cooler
to have a
energy.
red discard or just any discard?
Pretty sure it's just 1.
Okay.
Let
I
me
know Topos.
probably look it up there.
Oh my
Mister.
gosh.
There's no difference. There is a difference between downloading and uploading.
I've looked at so many cards this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Ready for what? The light?
I guess so.
Okay.
Ready to. Oh, I put just Videl out of not even paying attention.
That's okay. I'm here for you.
All right.
Oh, he's responding with the Videl on the cooler play. He's going to counter. He's still going to have this counter window. And then he's going to minus 20 for 2.
Please find it. I know the name of the card. I look at it. It's
You
not
almost have
there.
it.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's what I want to see. Violent Rush Zongia.
Got it?
Why is it? Oh, because I'm stuck to yellow. That's why.
Get it together. All right, now we have the cooler swing. We were responding with Videl to get
It's
the
any
dual
card,
attacker out.
regardless of the color.
There you go. We got the 3 drop out, and as well as minus the triple striker, which pretty much stopped the attack. We also have Ice or Nova. I mean, didn't use the effect just yet, which I don't think he wants to, just simply because you're going against Cooler Mill.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to mill yourself out, and you can't attack with the 20Ks or more.
And now he is at 2 life, though, right?
Who?
Since Shenron player.
Yeah, I believe so. I do believe so.
Oh, okay. Wolfang. Getting rid of it. And now what? How many Beerus's have been played? Super
I don't think
combos?
he's played any, actually.
I think there was one early in the game,
Oh,
but not a lot since then.
maybe just that one then. My
That was a
best
trick
guess.
question.
Oh, okay, thanks. Did get both the draw waves into the drop, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Good swing to the unison. Okay. I feel like if you get awaken here, you might as well just swing later.
Mm-hmm.
He's at 3 life with 4 cards in hand. Or 3 cards.
Another haze.
Mm-hmm.
Cooler doesn't really have that much protection on his card, so haze can be a pretty good disruption.
I think the only the big boys that affected is the new cooler,
Mm-hmm.
old cooler. That's it actually. All I can think of.
Yeah. So even though it's called Cooler Mill, I'd say that very rarely is Cooler like the milling the end condition for it, right? It's more of just the advantage you get from doing the mills from your leader and whatnot that helps you. Obviously, you take cards out of your opponent's deck too sometimes. So I don't know. I remember the peak of Janemba Mill. If you hit the secret rare off off milling. Like you win the game sometimes, right? Like any victory strike deck would just
Gotta
crip,
scoop it up.
it just fall from.
Scoop it up, big
Yeah.
dog.
So I mean, there's a little bit of that, but obviously it doesn't make a huge difference unless you mill everything.
Yeah. I mean, especially with this card, it's just, or this going against Sin, it's just like.
Oh,
What do we
more
do?
options on turn 6. Thank you.
Yeah, pretty
kind.
much. I mean, big honestly, I think Sin is a pretty good position, if I do say so myself.
How many winter stamps? Does he have a full play set of those winter stamps? Because there's not. How many of those exist? Not a lot,
Not
right?
that many. No.
That's commitment.
Yeah, I mean any blinged out.
I can't tell. I think
Rarity
he
deck,
has
you know?
a 2/2 split, but even then, those are
Maybe.
rare cards.
Oh yeah, we've seen nothing but 5-drop winter stamp coolers, so
Mhm.
I'd imagine that it is a playset.
I mean, they're rare enough where we had to confirm it was that too, right? Like we couldn't immediately tell it was him.
Yep. Does a Sin player have so many cards or more cards? Well, one, Cooler's been doing nothing but defending.
Mhm.
I don't know if he's doing his triggers for his minus effects on his turn, because, well, on both turns now, being away.
He's also only down to 1 life, so
yeah, he's taking pretty much all his life.
yeah, which helps the hand size.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Counting with Eggman.
Good job.
DBS. PM.
Great job. Sin's still going.
Yep.
Playing ice, or the Nova, I mean.
Nova, yeah.
I
You
keep
kind of
forgetting
have
what
to
it works.
try to end it this turn, though, right?
Because of the 12 cards in his deck? Yeah, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. You're at 1 life. That's kind of scary.
Oh yeah, I mean that's both win cons. All these cards also restand, and his hand is so much bigger than Aaron's.
That's true.
So,
All right, and going for, I believe, 25K. Taking the 1, getting 3 cards in hand now.
Yep.
A unison? Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Go to game 2 there.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? I want more time to have chance to win this game 2, and let's go from there.
Looks like Shenron took that one, huh? All right. We'll see what else we got. I'm gonna go ahead and.
So who went first that game? Shenron?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty sure you did. So here,
Another notch for my. If the person who won the dice roll wins the match.
Yeah, I guess that's doing pretty good, huh? Let me go move the camera.
All right, so they are siding out. Aaron gets to go first this round. So I'm not sure what adjustments would need to be made. Sin does like cycle through their deck a lot. There are a good amount of bursting effects, and you do a lot of searching for it. Even though their hand side isn't necessarily big, there is a lot of cycle that happens. And do you know if the Sin player is playing like a 50 card deck, 60 card list, or do we know? Oh, I guess we won't then. No, I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up. Let me see. Oh, those 50 cards right there? I guess you're. I mean, this is the same thing, right? So it's about 50. It's not 60. It's not 60. Yeah. Sure doesn't. This is good content. No one can see it either. Then why did you look it up at the same time? And then that. and then both of us just staring at an image, not on stream. Oh, jeez. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think. What do you think the play? Do you think you need to be a little bit more aggressive than as cooler? Then you could be citing your more aggressive options, or what do you think is the play? That is a little bit too. And it's the same thing that Bojack sometimes get plagues with, where you have these really good cards that start your cycle, but if you don't start it, you don't find them, your cycle doesn't happen, right? And you did get to see some of it, but Cooler is very dependent on its hand size and card advantage being based on your opponent playing cards that you can interact with, and sometimes Sin doesn't do a good job with that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and for the record, we know the internet is not top quality right now. We are probably going to just do like a hard restart in between rounds. That was the original idea, and then it completely crashed on us. So we've kind of just kept pressing go live until it let us. Yeah, very. Yeah, he is. Mm-hmm. I mean this has been my experience. It's hard to have consistent internet anywhere for a long amount of time, especially so on the go. Yeah. We should say that so they don't let us back, huh? Like just publicly like, "Oh, yeah, it's yeah, thank you actually." And for letting us in this morning. Cuz we're just hanging out on the street with computer equipment being like, "Trust us. We didn't just rob a Radio Shack and we're coming here." Yeah, well, they're not a business. What are they gonna do? Like, gonna be like, I only name drop businesses that are out of business, so I can. Yeah, what's the? All right, I didn't think of Circuit City fast enough. Okay, I thought Radio Shack was a little bit more current, which is a electricity joke. Circuit City as well. Give me some resistance. Got him. Mm-hmm. No, he charged at turn 1. No, these are the exact same charges, but it's in opposite order. Yeah. Looking, grabbing. Yeah, the thing I like the most about Shenron is that how kind of versatile your playstyles are with it. There are a lot of ways to build it. There's obviously like a more mid-range. There's a control variant. There's an aggressive variant with it too. And I do like to see the transformation it's made over the last couple years. Still don't like the deck itself, but it's cool that it's doing stuff. If it was the same deck for 2 years, I'd be flat out like this is the worst. But I think the big thing about Dragon Ball is that you can be a champion of one exact leader and still do super well, which is not something I see in a lot of other card games. That may have been the leader swing, right? Or is that the? Oh, we can't hear Brian. Oh yeah, you muted yourself. That's right. You didn't bring it back from the.
My bad, I'm back.
Man, we had some good 1-2.
No one needed to hear that though.
Oh man.
No one needed to hear that.
That's too bad. I laughed really hard at my own joke on that one.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. He paid 2 for a drive and drew another drive.
Nice.
That's
like
not.
like super combos.
Oh
Cards that draw
boy.
each other, draw cards, draw themselves, right?
Yeah, always fun. Not too much to do here.
And thinking, okay,
Alright, there you
maybe untap, and then you can play a cooler if you want, but just
He's just gonna untap to
untap.
combo out. Again, he has another draw ape, but I feel like just comboing out too is just better here. I think you just take this one because, I mean, anything that's not critical, you're limiting yourself as whatever choices you may have, or not have. So.
All right, there's the larger one. Attack all those battle cards on the field.
Yeah, look at all those battle cards. Woo, battle cards! Woo, battle cards!
Let's see. I've seen 0 Invoker.
Yeah, we really haven't seen
I
any.
have not seen any.
Because everyone's like, oh yeah, everyone has the 17s.
There might be some Invoker package in like Soul Striker.
Yeah.
No one playing the actual lead.
Right.
But yeah. Yeah, it's because George is not at the event. That must be why.
Pretty happy about that.
Brian, you re-unmuted your mic.
Oh no. No, I didn't mean any of that. I thought I was muted.
No. George has mod powers though. We gotta be careful.
And?
He probably has more mod accessibility than we do too right now.
I don't know, man. I feel like there's one level of mod.
All right, so he's doing the Sin effect to get the critical for the turn.
And he gets to take one, so now he gets to awaken if you wanted to.
Yes, sure can.
He's more of an aggressive Sin too, from what I can see. So this is good. Kind of want to awaken a little bit earlier, and that way you can play more things.
Yeah, so you use the 8-drop to take a life to activate the effect to steal the haze, or the that effect, not haze, the rage.
Yeah.
And then you can use rage's auto when you swing to take another life and get critical, which is now a big, 30, and the plus 5k too. Is right?
Yeah, good old 30k boy critical. I mean, this is way back when Pan wasn't banned. The play to swing, well, take life, swing, take life again, go critical, and then yeah, that's it, honestly.
Charging a red Broly.
Yeah, not very helpful here with 1 energy open and a bunch of cards that you can't really touch. A lot of them are 30Ks.
Correct.
Drew into okay, man, this is not good.
No.
It's just not. Yeah, I mean, we're just like not. Yeah, I mean, that's good. He has to mill one from here. Yeah, there you go. Every time he mills, I'm like, that's basically just one more thing he can play with a 6 cost.
Yeah.
6 energy.
Though, of course, it doesn't. He's not. It looks like he's not even playing the version that would ever dream to get to 6, right?
Yeah. No, yeah, but it is also an alternative win con. I mean, that's where the versatility of Shenron comes in, where yeah, you can build it aggro, but like if you can survive up until 6 or 7, then you're gonna play that, top 6.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that decks that need to kind of have essentially your opponent play a bunch of weenies to pop to get effects.
Yeah.
Or never. It's been very rare those have been good because it's generally not the meta.
Yeah.
To have that happen. Higher Dragon and stuff has changed that a little bit, and like obviously we see Trunks doing well, and I could see in maybe a matchup where that Trunks is a thing, be a thing. But there's the Xeno Ocean, which was I think the most recent Cooler Mill is back baby card that's been released.
Is it really?
That would.
Oh yeah. No,
people were
Because you
yelling like, "Oh yes, this is what we needed in this deck." To
Yeah,
make it
you
viable.
immediately knew that you can't play it in Janemba, so
Yeah.
they were like, wait, hold
Second
on.
best.
Yeah, cooler. Which I should specify red cooler, because now there's 2 more leaders of cooler.
Mhm.
And also not yellow cooler,
Yeah.
which the last 2 yellow cooler leaders were terrible.
Yes. It's like one of the few like BT2 era-ish leaders that people are like, you don't have to bring it back. That one's fine. You don't have to reboot that one.
Yeah.
You can do something else.
You know what they do need to bring back?
Oh yeah? Pan?
No.
Oh, okay. You hear that, folks? Brian is saying no more Pan reboot. He's strongly against it.
No, I meant the blocker pan, but don't bring that one back.
Okay.
Yeah. Reboot pan, that's fine. Reboot 17, 18. That's what we're talking about.
All right. I mean, we kind of get that with the cell, right? It's like
No.
Okay.
I would say no because I like reducing the 17, 18 cards. Because if they're not reduced, they're practically just bad.
I don't know. It's hard to restrict future game design like that without, especially when we're kind of getting to the limit with how many unique character names we can have. We kind of expanded the universe enough where most cards have a card in this game. And so just saying willy-nilly, oh, you know, these 17 and 18s we've been releasing for 4 years.
Yeah.
They all cost 1 less now. Does that break anything?
I mean, even then, we still have that leader. The only thing that doesn't have is just swing on draw.
Mm-hmm.
Or swing on the front side.
Yep.
And if you really are concerned about that kind of thing, then just put a high cost on it. You know, just like crit a life, and then for the duration of the turn, you get that effect.
Yeah.
That's my proposal. Because there's a lot of things that can stop those things now, which are counter plays and a bunch of counter negates.
Mm-hmm. All right, swing with the lead. I think the big thing about Cooler is that it is fair, which means it's not broken, which means it's not viable sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, Cooler kind of has everything, right? It's just, is it in the wrong color or something, or is it? I don't know. There's something that's hard to touch on, like what Cooler is actually missing.
Yeah, I mean, if weird enough, like the best thing about Cooler, the most viable thing about the core of the deck was the Frieza. Right, the Frieza that Android 18 used, and the reason it used it was because essentially it gave your opponent tokens that you could pop and get your effects off, right?
Sure.
So in the same vein, if there was some way that you could have like something that generated poppable cards for your opponent so you can get your effects off, I think that'd be a good compromise for it.
Yeah.
But I don't think that is cards.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. I feel like I said, Cooler has pretty much everything it needs. You have mill on both sides, or mill at all times, really.
Mm-hmm.
You have draw on both sides, or a way to draw, and you have the ability to swing and be fine for the most part. Then you have access to blue like this, which you did charge a blue, which is a bummer, because if you play the IERs, or if you play, I think we have Go Hanks in this hand.
Could be. Could be anything.
Okay.
I mean, it could be like even a Vegeta secret rare, which that also needs all red.
Yeah.
But I think by and large, Go Hanks is like the go-to for this, just because it's a unison that also does your minusing.
Yeah, it's super strong in that way. Because you get the minus effects, you get the blocker, you get the aggression, all that.
Picking up another rage.
Good old swing, but you already know.
Block.
Did you mill 4 for that?
No, that was last turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I get from looking away.
The turn. only down to 2 life.
Yeah.
And we do have Cooler at 5, which I'm a big fan. I'm a really big fan of decks that let you awaken for like it kind of reminds me of like a quest mechanic where if you, fulfill a quest of something, or where you can, if you do the thing that your deck wants to do anyways, you can get more benefits from it, right? And so I'm trying to think what would be like the cooler mill version of it, and there's not like a really good way to keep track of how many cards you've milled from your opponent or something like that. It has to just be like a number that something has to read. So like even if it's just like if your opponent has like 10 cards in the drop, but then you wouldn't be able to like either a lot of decks either just overram a lot or just mill a lot by themselves, and it just to fulfill that.
I would say, I mean, it would be too complicated to tie it to a number. So, like, if you minus or reduce power of minus 30 this turn,
Yeah.
type thing. I mean, that would be cool, but also just not plausible.
Yeah.
You could tie it to the cooler cards, like if you play a red-blue cooler. And that's it. But yeah, I mean, that's what the quest thing you're talking about. I mean, that's pretty much what alternate awakens are.
Maybe it could be something like the way around is like every time one of your card effects makes your opponent mill, you put the card underneath your leader, and if your leader has like 3 or more cards underneath it, then you can awaken.
Yeah.
I do like that too. Like we haven't had any surge leaders in 2 years. They made them, and then they're like, nah.
I mean, we have a Piccolo that places cards underneath the
Yeah,
leader.
exactly. And that's what they've been doing recently. Instead, like, you know what? Let's use these cards to essentially count as, reminders of how many procs of an effect you have left. And then, and that's right. So we have it for Trunks right now, right? With putting the Vegeta underneath.
Yeah.
And another one that lets you do that.
For sure. I think George is saying unerrata catastrophic. Hello? No. No. Just in case I'm lagging.
No.
No.
No. One of those got through.
You got it.
I got it.
All right, passing back.
And charging their 5th energy?
I think so.
Yeah.
'Cause I mean, Cooler was on
Aaron's
5, then he's going to be on
Yeah,
5.
Aaron's a little spread out, so I could immediately tell.
Yeah.
Only has the blue standing. He has a red-blue next to it.
Yeah, I do believe you have a Beerus combo. Just for one of those. Just reading that he has to take a life to get the crit, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Or is he just crit? Pretty sure that one is just crit, right? Or no?
I thought I got a plus 5k boost. 10k
Yeah.
becomes a 50k.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
We would be looking it up again, but we're doing as little internet as we can right now. The
Yep.
hard reset.
That's why you won't see any cards on the screen.
Yeah. Unless it's a card that we already previewed, which we
Nope.
have the other Sin cards.
Yeah.
Okay, it gives it the 5k with the crit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was one of those.
You need
already-
to commit on your thoughts. You gotta say outright, it does this.
The last time I did that, I got a bad ruling, so I don't think I'm going to do that.
Have
Yeah.
strong opinions and never change them. That is the way.
Yeah. Do.
Again, the Nova Shenron. Oh no, George has a real question.
What's up?
We hit over 200 people. Didn't hit cap, but around 220 or so.
Yeah, around there. Good amount of people. It's a California event, so you already know people are going to show up.
Also a Sunday event, so I know that's not as easy to get on as a Saturday event.
Yeah, that's the bummer. I mean, I wish it was like, Saturday, Sunday top cut. But you know, what can you do? There was an event right before this, so I do like this Jiren here. I do like the extra cards that he's been playing. The one cost Realm of the Gods has been kind of like mitigating the board.
Well, yeah.
And
Me, well, George is also in the chat.
yeah,
Good. What a good in joke.
it's
That literally only I get.
what I made fun of him before for it, so he knows. Playing out the A drop, milled out a super combo. That's not cool. Not that you want to use those super combos anyway, right?
That's not cool, but it could be cooler.
Yeah. I was thinking like, hey, you mill 2 when you use a super combo. You really don't. You actually mill 1.
Yeah.
You just see 2 cards. He was trying to figure out what comes first. Is auto or the draw? You have to fulfill the activate main to play the card, which includes a draw. So you have to draw that card first.
Yeah.
And then -10, and then you mill.
Yeah.
Yep. Sounds about right. All right, so okay, man.
Wolfang, yep.
Yep.
Good card.
You put that down pretty quick too. Might arrival here, depending. But I mean, you really only get 1 card out of this.
Mhm.
I don't know.
That one. Sorry. It's just, he pointed.
The way that he pointed.
Yeah, it was. He knew where he was pointing.
It was with inflection, yeah.
Right there, Judge.
I don't.
That's where I get the -15k.
I actually don't. Yeah, I was gonna say I actually don't think he. What should we call it? I actually don't think he arrivals here. Just let it be there. It's funny because you just let cards exist as cooler, just so you can mill them out later. You know, you can just keep minusing and poking at them.
Yeah, which is why the idea of having all these tokens that are very minusable are very good.
For sure.
I don't know. The only thing I don't like about that, because it's happened with Android 18 before, there are cards that like strictly need you to have an empty battle area.
Yeah.
And so if your opponent's just like, here, have all these free tokens, you're like, I can't. My deck functionally does not work. I am upset.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of feels bads on different things, but well, no, the battle's done, right? Isn't the battle done? Not that. Okay.
I'm not.
He got rid of the 8-drop.
Yeah.
With the Hercule Boo. So I think the battle's done. So you can't arrival the cooler afterwards. Just ends the battle. There's no combo step to arrival.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds right. Maybe he chose not to. No, totally did. I don't know.
I don't know actually.
Well, it's not on us to interfere.
No, not this time.
I mean, technically, if you wanted to sequence it correctly, you could say, oh, you know what, the Hercule Boo does nothing, and then I cooler, and then get the pop, right?
But then he couldn't draw off the Hercule Boo.
That's also true.
Yeah, I mean, the correct sequence are probably
unless he just drew into the cooler, because that's probably what happened. He drew into the cooler, and was like, you know what, I want to get this out. Let's Beerus cooler.
No, he had both.
Okay.
He had a Beerus, Boo, and then cooler. I think that if you choose 0 with cooler, then you can play the Hercule Boo.
Yeah, and again, this is round 5, which we have most likely 8, perhaps 7 rounds, so we have 2+ more rounds after this.
Yeah. I think they are playing until 1 undefeated, right? So.
Yes, sure are. And we don't have. I have to look, but with these new time rules, I don't think there's been a lot of ties.
No.
The only way you can tie is if you're going from game 2 to 3.
I think we still have the pairings up. Just scrolling through, I don't really see too many ties, honestly.
I don't see a tie.
Yeah. Yeah, I really don't see any. At least in the top like 25 tables. Huh. All right. All right. Using the Nova. Cooler having one card in hand is not cool.
That attempt as a pun was.
Have you? Trying to liven you up over there.
Cool. That's cool.
Oh, okay.
Let me get my non-name brand soda.
Oh, okay.
Let me try to get that. I was somewhat promised coffee earlier. I'm like, all right.
Oh, that's what you're looking for. Oh, okay.
I thought so, but it is strictly 5:30 now, which is a little late.
Not coffee time.
Also, my breakfast burrito is slowly turning into a dinner burrito.
Oh no.
I don't.
As long as it's not Orlando Hayden.
Yeah. Oh,
I'll
boy.
take this one. We can work with this one. There's a good old Ray Hayes. Shenron.
I've had like Red Bull and like Monster Energy like once.
Uh-huh.
Not for me.
Really?
It was a good bad time
Oh, okay.
at a like an event. Like, oh, they're giving out Monster Energy for real. Sweet.
Wow.
I can sell my
What?
soul for free.
Yeah, I would love to do that. I
Not-
personally like monsters nowadays, and rockstars. Those are great.
Either.
Oh, okay. He's comboing, drawing 2 more, which effectively is milling 1. I think this is critical, right? Pretty sure. This is the haze that's a little glary down there.
Yes. Nope.
Oh,
wasn't.
okay. Never mind. I was wrong.
Oh.
Ah, now we're talking. And that's game, right?
That is game.
That's
on board.
basically because the only thing he can do is untap 1, draw 1,
Yeah.
and then combo out something. But if he has enough in his hand, then it's pretty much a game.
Yeah, so I mean, he gets to awaken.
And that's it.
The
literal-
Is that a cooler though?
I was gonna say the literal. Oh, okay, that's what I say. Yeah. Whoa! Yeah. There it goes, baby boys.
Yeah.
There it goes.
And I think the Shenron player did a really good job. Assumedly, they just opened with the Noah got it pretty early.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Just decide, you know what? Let's pressure them. Let's get them to 4 life exactly, and then we can just go through. So,
Yep. Yep. Just as George said it, Cell Xeno goes burr.